The two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting at the gate of Sodom. Now Lot saw and stood up to meet them, and he bowed face to the ground. And he said, behold, now my lords, turn about please to your servant's house. Spend the night and wash your feet, then wake up early and go your way. And they said, no, rather we will spend the night in the square. And he urged them very much, so they turned toward him and came to his house. He made a feast for them and baked mat sauce, and they ate. They had not yet lain down when the townspeople Sodomites converts upon the house, from young to old, all the people from every quarter. And they called to Lot and said to him, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us that we may know them. Lot went out to them to the entrance and shut the door behind him. And he said, I beg you, my brothers, do not act wickedly. See, now I have two daughters who have never known a man. I shall bring them out to you and do to them as you please. But to these men do nothing, inasmuch as they have come under the shelter of my roof. And they said, stand back! Then they said, this fellow came to sojourn and would act as a judge. Now we will treat you worse than them. They pressed exceedingly upon the man, upon Lot, and they approached to break the door. The men stretched out their hand and brought Lot into the house with them and closed the door. And the men who were at the entrance of the house, they struck with blindness from small to great. And they tried vainly to find the entrance, and the men said to Lot, whom else do you have here? A son-in-law, your sons or your daughters, all that you have in the city, remove from the place, for we are about to destroy this place. For their outcry has become great before Hashem, so Hashem has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his son-in-law and of his daughters, and he said, get up and leave this place, for Hashem is about to destroy the city. But he seemed like a jester in the eyes of his son-in-law. And just as dawn was breaking, the angels urged Lot on, saying, get up, take your wife and your two daughters who are present, lest you be swept away because of the sin of the city. Still he lingered, so the men grasped him by the hand, his wife's hand and the hand of his two daughters, earned of Psalm's mercy on him. And they took him out and left him outside the city. And it was as they took them out that one said, flee for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stop anywhere in all the plain. Flee to the mountain, lest you be swept away. Lot said to them, please no, my Lord, see now your servant has found grace in your eyes, and your kindness was great, which you did with me to save my life. But I cannot escape to the mountain, lest the evil attach itself to me and I die. Behold, please, the city is near enough to escape there, and it is small, I shall flee there. Is it not small, and I will live? And he replied to him, behold, I have granted you consideration even regarding this, that I not overturn the city about which you have spoken. Hurry, flee there, for I cannot do a thing until you arrive there. He therefore called the name of the city Zor. The sun rose upon the earth and Lot arrived at Zor. Now Hashem had caused sulfur and fire to rain upon Sodom and Gomorrah from Assam. Out of heaven he overturned each cities and the entire plain with all the inhabitants of the cities and the vegetation of the soil. His wife peered behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
Abraham arose early in the morning to the place where he had stood before Hashem, and he gazed down upon Sodom and Gomorrah and the entire surface of the land of the plain, and saw and behold, the smoke of the earth rose like the smoke of a kiln. And so it was when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham. So he sent Lot from amidst the upheaval, when he overturned the cities in which Lot had lived. Now from Zor and settled on the mountain, his two daughters with him, for he was afraid to remain in Zor. He dwelt in a cave, he with his two daughters. The older said to the younger, our father is old and there is no man to marry us in the usual manner. Come, let us ply our father with wine and lie with him, that we may give life to offspring through our father. So they plied their father with wine on that night, and the older one came and lied with her father, and he was not aware of her lying down and her getting up. And it was on the next day that the older one said to the younger, and behold, I lay with my father last night. Let us ply him with wine tonight as well, and you come lie with him, that we may give life to offspring through our father. So they plied their father with wine that night also, and the younger one got up and lay with him, and he was not aware of her lying down and of her getting up. Thus Lot's two daughters conceived from their father. The older bore a son, and she called his name Moab. He is the ancestor of Moab until this day. And the younger one also a son, and she called his name Ben-Ami. He is the ancestor of the children of Ammon until this day.